The royal press is once again expressing concern about Camilla's health, describing the worries of her friends and family over the pneumonia she recently battled. It seems that the Queen is extremely displeased with the ongoing demands of royal duties, even though it's clear to everyone how unwell she is, and they believe she should be left to rest. Even during a formal reception with the Emir of Qatar, Camilla couldn't hold back and openly began complaining about her health, telling guests she had pneumonia and bouts of exhaustion. Journalists from the royal press pool pointed out that the Queen consort herself wanted to be heard. The Daily Beast spoke with 3 different friends of Camilla who revealed that palace staff had tried to downplay her serious health condition. They also suggested that the palace often misleads the public about the health of royal family members. For example, when a palace spokesperson claimed that the Queen only had a chest infection and would soon be back on her feet, even though she was actually suffering from serious pneumonia. When it came to Queen Elizabeth, they said she only had mobility problems, even though she was actually battling bone cancer, which slowly took her life. There's been no mention of the type of cancer King Charles is fighting, or Kate, and so the public is advised to approach their statements with caution. Camilla's friends blame her condition on the exhausting trip to Australia and Samoa, which she endured with great difficulty, despite taking breaks at wellness centers and spas. They believe she might have caught the illness during that trip. At 77, being sent to the other side of the world to shake hands with thousands of people while your husband has cancer, honestly, that's too much of a request. Camilla would never complain, and of course, she wanted to support her husband, but she should never have been put in that situation. And as a result, she got pneumonia. I hope this makes the officials sit up and pay attention, said one of Camilla's friends with frustration. The insider continued to voice the new Queen's complaints about the burdensome royal role, specifically her duties, pointing out that she never planned to take on such a heavy load, especially after decades of hosting the heir to the throne behind her husband's back. People forget that Camilla never intended to be queen. She never signed up for the role of a hamster in a wheel. She simply fell in love with a prince. She managed the demands of the job, but finds it exhausting, said Camilla's friend. She never intended to be queen, and probably that's why she gave Charles an ultimatum regarding her uncertain position when, at a wedding of a mutual friend, she was seated separately from the Windsors, as a non-member of the royal family. That's also why her father spoke to Charles, urging him to take care of Camilla by marrying her. And that's why they convinced Elizabeth to give her the title of Queen Consort instead of the promised Princess Consort. Now, Camilla has it all, the coronation, the title, and the keys to the royal treasury. But she never signed up for the work, and she finds the role draining. Prince William said his year was brutal and the hardest of his life. I would humbly suggest that Camilla also had a brutal year. Getting pneumonia at her age is no small matter. She was exhausted and vulnerable, and she also needs to be taken care of, said another of Camilla's friends. However, the friend didn't specify how exactly she should be cared for. Should they give her vacations every month or two, disguised as work? Isn't she the one arranging those for herself? It seems the suggestion is to avoid long overseas trips where she would have to shake hands with islanders. By the way, it's not just shaking hands with islanders that could seem tiring. Camilla's third friend expressed the hope that the Christmas morning walk to church would be by car, so she wouldn't have to stand around people and freeze. We are all deeply concerned that this pneumonia happened. Thank goodness she seems to be recovering. Camilla just needs to rest and recover after Christmas. And I only hope they'll take her and the king to church on Christmas if it's cold, said the Queen's friend. And surely no one is asking her, Camilla, are you okay? Well, let's hope all her complaints are heard and addressed by palace officials, and most importantly, by King Charles.